My encyclical is sollecitudini, which means Instruction on Sacred Music. It was written by Pope Pius X on November 22nd, 1903. So a lot of what it says was modified by Vatican II in the 60s. For example, this encyclical says that women can't sing in church choirs, and no instrument other than the organ is allowed in church, and all music has to be sung in Latin. However, the general principles that it talks about are still in effect and supported by the Church. The first paragraph says, "Sacred music, being a complementary part of the solemn liturgy, participates in the general scope of the liturgy, which is the glory of God and the sanctification and edification of the faithful." This means that the music is included in the Mass to contribute to the ceremony and should never be made to seem more important than the Mass itself. It also says that the music should add to the text, and through it, the faithful should be moved more easily to devotion. The next paragraph talks about how music needs to be true art to be worthy of the Church, meaning that it should be holy in and of itself and in the way it's presented by the singers. Pope Pius says, "Sacred music should consequently possess, in the highest degree, the qualities proper to the liturgy, and in particular sanctity and goodness of form, which will spontaneously produce the final quality of universality." This also means that music needs to be universal so that all churches throughout the world can understand and have a good impression of the music. The encyclical also says in paragraph 5 that since the Church has always supported the arts, it doesn't have anything against modern music, and modern music can actually be included in the Mass with due regard to liturgical laws, but nothing profane in composition or style can ever be included in the Mass. At the end, the encyclical says that music should always serve the liturgy instead of the other way around. For example, solo singing shouldn't ever predominate the Mass, and the music shouldn't be so long and extravagant that it leaves the priest waiting at the altar to continue the Mass. Pope Pius says, "In general, it must be considered a very grave abuse when the liturgy is made to appear secondary to music." This is again saying that the music should never seem more important than the Mass, and that it's there to contribute to the overall effect of the Mass, not to make it more entertaining or show off the singer's talent.